I just want to thank the indigenous people for the land that I have the privilege to record this podcast on. Hello and welcome to the Tyler Fischer Show. Cheers. Happy Monday. You look lovely. Did you do something different with your genitals? I am effing excited for the show. I can't actually swear in the first 30 seconds because there's a new ad policy. They scan the first 30 seconds of the pod or the video on the YouTubes, and if you swear or say anything shocking in the first 30 seconds, you're demonetized. You're demonetized. I'm Michael Caine, and I'm here to demonetize you because you said some very nasty, nasty things in the first 30 seconds of the video. And Michael Caine doesn't like that very much. Michael Caine likes the first clean 30 seconds of the video. After that, Michael Caine likes you to get very, very nasty, Tyler. But not in the first 30 seconds. And we are clear, so fucking A, motherfucking cunt, fucking bitch. That's what I'm talking about, baby. There's a new thing now where this is the wild stuff. So on YouTube now, you actually have to go and vow that you haven't broken any of their policies so that you can get your videos monetized. Just to give you an example, I want to let you know how much money I've made from YouTube in the last, I think it's been 8 years, or maybe 8 or 10 years. I have made roughly $1,100. That's about $100 a year. From monetization. Maybe I'm not doing it right. You know what I mean? I should probably get like a monetization guy who helps me figure out how to make the most money. But I've had some viral hits too. So I've made a little over $1,000 in 10 years from ads. So I'm trying to get more ads and try to make some money off these vids. So this is what I find so funny. Is I'm a comedian. And also a guy who likes funny stuff. One of the things you have to promise them when submitting to your ad clearance thing, and then they scan the video with their algorithms or whatever, searching for shit, fuck, poop, cunt, motherfucker, searching for offensive language, trigger. If there's anything that can be upsetting to a viewer, that's considered sensitive content. I don't know, man. I was offended by a Barefoot Contessa cooking video at one point because her husband, Jeffrey, I'm going to cook a chicken for my husband, Jeffrey. No one knows what I'm talking about right now, unless you grew up with a gay dad. But it's like anything could be offensive. And it's very smart. It's very smart because now it's on you. Because they go, you promised this wasn't offensive, but old Jimmy fucking Trigger Tits over in, Prague or Sweden is offended by how big your hat looks on your tiny head. But, so they've demonetized some of my videos, and then you can challenge them and get them remonetized. But anyways, it's just part of the world we're living in. I don't mean to play a victim here. I don't want to get into the old AOC victimhood stuff. I am in a therapist to deal with this situation because I was demonetized, and I could have made $20, and I made $18. I'm doing the wide eye. You got to look at somebody's eyes. I'm not saying she's a cuckoo caca, but I'm saying the people that I've known in my life, it seems to be a pretty reliable algorithm. The wider the eyes, the crazier the person. I don't know. It's just something that I noticed. As the eyes get bigger and the pupil... Now you want to, of course, add in eye wideness plus pupil dilation equals insert personality disorder. Anyways, I digress. I would like to thank the indigenous people who gave up their land so that I can do this podcast. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? People are saying what land that came on and all the people that died on the land, and that's what's going on. We've lost our fucking minds. This is a new popular thing, you'll say. It'll spread. This stuff spreads like a wildfire. It spreads like a wildfire. Michael Caine doesn't like wildfires spreading. He likes them contained. Please contain them, Michael Caine. People will say, if they're in a meeting or a Zoom meeting or addressing a congressional hearing, they will now, before they speak, mention what indigenous tribe, native tribe, lived on the land they're speaking on. Now, this to me, I consider incredibly annoying. You know what I mean? It's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Why are you pulling me over, officer? Your virtue signal was on. You left your virtue signal on. And it's blinding us all. And I'd like to acknowledge the land I'm arresting you on from the Chickawawa tribe. This is what's going on now. Everybody has to announce before they speak in any setting what tribe owned the land before them, that you got to say your pronouns, you got to say how you're feeling, you got to say how you're dealing with it, talk about your trauma. Pretty soon, it's going to be like 30-minute intros before you say anything. Hi, my name is Zachary, and before I speak, I would like to take a moment of silence and give thanks to the Pakachikawaka tribe, the indigenous tribe that really owned this land before I had the privilege to speak on it. And it was a wonderful people, a strong people. They loved laughing, dancing, and making jewelry before they were beheaded, slaughtered, and buried alive. So I want to thank them. My preferred pronouns are he, ha, ho, who, ziza, zay, zip, zap, zop, which was the indigenous pronouns, and of course, brah. I'm feeling grateful, scared, happy, nervous, anxious, confused, and ambiguous. My trauma is PTSD. I have social, general, non-specified anxiety, depression, low grade, middle grade, and high grade. And my trauma healing involves cognitive behavioral therapy. I have a service dog, and I have a service hamster for my service dog. I'm doing EMDR healing and brunch, of course. And yes, okay, so now I would like to order a 6-inch meatball sub with provolone, a ginger ale, and I think I do have a coupon here. So, sorry, I got a coupon right here. So, this is for 10% off. Oh, and by the way, the trees that this paper was made on was indigenous to the Sakawakalaga tribe, and they were a great people. They love dancing, and I would like to, before I eat my Subway sandwich, do one of their classic tribal dances. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need to order? I'm sorry. Okay, this white gentleman behind me is microaggressing me, so I guess I'll just get my sub and be out of here and call my therapist. So, that's what's to come, guys. And I just ripped a page out of my Understanding Plays book right here. This is... got that from majoring in theater. Isn't that special? Well, how's your acting career going, Tyler? You oppressive white piece of shit. It's on hold, we'll say. Okay? I'm in between acting jobs at the moment. How is stand-up going, you ask? Well, real quick, also, I hope by next week I will not have a lisp and a sliced tongue. And yesterday, one of my braces got caught in my upper lip and nearly ripped my lip off while I was eating a emotional donut. An emotional support Boston cream. My tongue was bleeding today, and I've now asked for a full refund for my braces. I'm not fucking around anymore. You understand? I feel like Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene. You know what I mean? When he comes out and he's just like, enough! You know? I can't tell a lie! From that movie, and then also maybe from Truman Show, when he discovers that he's part of a grander scheme. I'm just not putting up with nothing anymore. I used to get bad medical work. I would go to the shittiest doctors, let them just prod me, poke me, charge me, and just have your way with my body. I'm not doing it anymore. I emailed, and here's another thing. Let's get spiritual. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be condescending or narcissistic. I wrote a very well-crafted, that's all, folks, thought-out email to the doctor. By the way, I ain't doing none of this over the phone anymore. You want to have a nice record of all this stuff, right? You want to have a nice record of it. So you want to start out by, I think, starting in a positive light, right? You don't want to start out and go, hey, you're a piece of shit dentist. I'm an anti-dentite. Go fuck yourself. I want my money back. I started out and said, hey, I started thanking them for the work that I did like from them. Here the cops are coming, of course. You know, you get real and the fucking cops are coming. I said, I want to thank you for the work you did, and I really appreciate how well I was treated, from the receptionist to the technician to you yourself, Doc. I felt comfortable, and I typically don't feel comfortable in a dentist's office. However, then you hit him with the however. And then you list all the things that you hate. I love the work. However, I am not happy with the dental work itself that's been done. And here are the 30 bullet points leading to my case in point why I will be asking for a full refund. Okay, so I just laid it out. I said, I came in for the consultation. This is the work you said you'd do. Then I came in. I did by visit, right? I even did a visit in bold. I go visit 1 bold. With the little mark, whatever, the slash or whatever. Visit 1, consultation. Visit 2, I got the braces on. I then started speaking and realized I had a lisp. I expressed concern because I make my living as a voice actor and stand-up comedian where I have to use my voice and articulation to make money. And you said, and I quote, you'll get used to that. I then had to get blue plastic jammed into my molars so that my bottom teeth wouldn't jam into the braces. So I had to come back for trip 3 to have plastic added on. Trip 4, brace falls off from eating a frosted flake. True story. It was Honey Bunches of Oats, but either way. Come back, get the brace put on. On the next date. By the way, these are all labeled with the exact dates. Okay, this is very specific. Be specific in your speech. If you want something, be specific. So I said, all right. And then the blue plastic crumbled in my mouth. I'm not kidding. While I was eating sushi. There couldn't have been a softer, more, inclusive, non-aggressive, non-patriarchal meal than sushi. Rice, avocado, tuna, spicy tuna, very, very thinly sliced cucumber. I know you're thinking, hey, there's some crunch there. The skin could be aggressive on a cucumber. No, these were paper thin. And then I did add some edamame. I don't know how to say it, but that sounds right. And mid-bite, all this blue plastic crumbles into my mouth. I'm chewing on plastic. I'm spitting it out into the bowl like a fucking idiot, embarrassing myself. And no, I wasn't eating it in a restaurant. I was eating it on a stoop of somebody's brownstone. And they looked out the window while I'm spitting blue plastic back into my sushi bowl. So it was traumatic. There you go, bullet point 4. So I said, I am not willing to come in for yet a 5th visit after this has been a 2-week process. I ain't doing trip number 5. I would like a full refund of this amount, okay? So I can go have these braces removed and redone somewhere else. Thank you very much. No response. No response. So I follow up again. I took a picture to show them that my bottom teeth, when I bite down, are now bending the wires of the brace, which is going to fuck up all of this shit. My teeth look 10 times worse than they did in the beginning, and I have photo evidence, so I followed up today. I said, okay, just following up to show you some photo evidence of what's going on. Ghosted. That should be a TV show, right? Ghosted. So now I wait. And if I don't hear back, I'm doubling down. I'm going to make a small claims. I'm going to small claims court, which, by the way, when you're 5'2.5", everything you do legally is through a small claims court. Everything I do as a tinyman, we're called tinyman, it's all small claims. And this is another issue I wasn't even going to get to until later in the program, but I'll get to it now because it is relatable. Here's the issue with being a tinyman, all right? Everything you do when you show any assertiveness, I'm leaning in right now. You could see me. I'm being a little aggressive right now. I'm also sitting on 3 pillows, okay? And my feet aren't touching the ground. When you show any aggressiveness or assertiveness as a small person, and I just talked about this with a friend, everybody jumps right to the Napoleon complex thing. It is fucking infuriating. It's so infuriating, and I can't even get infuriating about how infuriating it is, because then they'll double down on this whole Napoleon thing. So I'm at a show on a Saturday night, and a gal's talking to me after the show. We're hitting it off. Cute gal, this, that, and the other. I ain't there to just to you know what I mean? I ain't there to fucking... That ain't what I'm doing. I'm at work, okay? If a gal wants to hang or whatever, I'll give her my number. We'll go on a date another time. That's a slippery slope if you're looking for the punani after a show. Or the D. Women do it too. In fact, these 2 women left with what I think was a lesbian comedian. So everyone's doing it. I don't do it. So we're chatting, and she goes, you're so funny, this, that, and the other. She goes, hey, just want to point out, I think you suffer from the Napoleon thing. I go, here we go. Here we go. Go on, please. This is very enthralling. Please go on. She said, I think you're overdoing it with your personality to compensate for your lack of height. Here we go. But please go on. Please go on. Yeah, you're just really, your personality seems to be a little over the top. And I go, first of all, lady, I was just hosting a stand-up comedy show for 8 people at midnight on a Saturday when there's more comedians in the room than patrons. You got to put on a little do-do-do-do-do. You got to spin plates and have some fun. So you're telling me how funny and amazing I am, but it was a little too much for you, and you're blaming it on my height. Bro, fucking hold me back. Hold me back, bro, I was saying. I'm going, hold me back, bro. But I was alone in the room with her, so there was nobody to hold me back. And so I left. I said, I will not be party to this. I will not be party to this type of shaming and assumption. And I told my friend, I said, when this happens, and this could happen if you're mistreated, I've been bullied, this, that, or the other, and then I stand up for myself at all, and of course when I say stand up for myself, I mean I get a step stool, and I climb up a few steps so I'm seen and heard, and they go, oh, looks like you got the Napoleon complex. And I go, it make me very mad when you accuse me of having the Napoleon complex. Where did I leave my horse? And then I ride off into the night, shoveling croissant in my little mouth, in my little Napoleon mouth. And here's another fucking fun fact. You want to know this shit? Watch this. I'm going to live Google this. It's all wrong. Everything they have about Napoleon is wrong. The defense is wrong. Napoleon, how tall was Napoleon? Okay, here you go. You ready for this shit? Napoleon actually wasn't that short, especially given the time period he lived in, because we got tinier as we went back in history. Napoleon originally his height was listed in the French foot. The French foot. So people thought he was way tinier than he was, but in the American foot, he was 5'6". Now, he lived hundreds of years ago. So why don't we do this? He was 5'6". Average height. Jesus Christ. Dude, I just Googled average and it put average height in the 1800s. Robots are here, dude. Oh, fuck. All right. God damn it. The average height in the 1800s was 5'10" for a man. Okay. So whatever. He was 4 inches smaller than the average height. I'm 5'2.5". So Napoleon still had 5'3.5", 5'4.5", 5'5.5", 3.5 inches over me. Quarter of a foot more than me. So that ain't insignificant. You know what I mean? Come up with a different comparison. Don't give me this Napoleon complex bullshit. Give me like a Hobbit complex or, Lego complex. Come up with something better. I'm in a different bracket. I'm in a completely different bracket. And who understands me more? A guy who's 5'10", a guy who's 5'8", or a guy who's 6'9"? Your Honor, the defense shows the answer would be the guy who's 6'9". I brought a guy on stage on Friday night, and I will put a photo of me and this gentleman up on the YouTube version of this video. This gentleman is a gentleman. I'm Tom Brokaw, and this man was the tallest man I've ever seen. He was doing a man spreading in the front row. It was very distracting. His man spread was so wide that I could lay down in between it. This guy, no joke, his feet were socially distanced in line with CDC guidelines. His feet were like, let's stay 6 feet apart minimum. I could have gathered my entire family for a family photo in this guy's spread. And I'm a family of 30, okay? Big family. We're tiny, so we shot out quicker. You know what I mean? We didn't need a full bake. We didn't need 9 months. It was like, give us 2-3 months and we're done. Just like, ding, turkey's done. My mom's just firing them out. Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop. Who came up with that motto? We did, the Fischers. I got 29 brothers, 12 sisters, all born within 10 years. It's physics, baby. It's math and physics. So this guy, I'm thinking we have more in common. Why? Because we're little Disney characters. People pick me up and then they jump on his back. It's similar, right? So I thought, man, and we really hit it off. We actually, I never hang out after shows, but we sat and had a drink at the bar. He put me in his pocket, brought me home and fucked me. But before that, we had a grand old time. So I'm thinking dude, you and I are like specimens on this earth where people feel comfortable treating us like objects, right? And I go, I bet you get this question all the time. Hey man, you play football? You're a football player? He goes, dude, all the time. And I go, I relate because people ask me if I ride horses. Same shit, dude, different sport. And I have to go, I was actually too short to be a jockey. So, I wanted to ride horses, but there aren't many people that are too short to be jockeys. I was one of them. And he might have been too tall to play football. This guy was 6'9" or 6'10". So we hit it off because he's probably sick of that shit just like I'm sick of getting this Napoleon bullshit. People need to mind their own fucking business. God. I'm tired of just being prodded all the time. Now with the vaccine and this and that, and people are telling me to shave my beard, grow it longer, cut your dick off, get 2 dicks. It's like, geez Louise. Do I need to move to Texas where people are fucking chilled out or whatever? But anyways, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm even talking about. Okay. So So that woman did that. And at this point, I go, well, not someone I'm romantically interested in, not somebody I'm even willing to have a conversation with, quite frankly. Because I couldn't imagine walking up to her and being like, you must have a butterface complex because your body is amazing, but your face is really it's a low 6. The rest of your body, high 9, easy high 9. Couple drinks, you're a 10 even. But your face is a 6, so you seem to be overcompensating with showing your midriff and wearing high heels and kind of like pushing your butt out a little bit. Am I tapping into some truth here? Am I a truth tapper? She'd be like, go fuck yourself. And rightfully so. You know, this is same shit in a different package, but it's okay. It's okay to do it to the little leprechaun. But it was a fun show. I'll tell you that much. It was a fun fucking show. And I did a show at a barbershop called the Barbershop Show in the East Village, which is so fun. It's a show actually in a barbershop. You stand up in between the barber chairs. They pack it with people. The show's back. And so I went up and did a set. And I talked about... I'm going to post this joke because it's my favorite joke right now, is comparing Biden's speech structure, how he does, his speeches compared to Trump's. But I ended up doing crowd work as Trump. And I think maybe for the first time, I fucking broke on stage, and I couldn't stop laughing. Felt like a big moment for me. Because I'm super I don't want to wear my heart on my sleeve on stage. I don't want to get too political, too emotional. I'm there to entertain people, okay? Okay, Nanette. No, I don't know. I've never seen Nanette. I have no opinion on it. In fact, I thought Nanette was the comedian's name. And then I heard an interview, and they're like, Susan so-and-so, and from Nanette. And I go, wait, what? I thought she was Nanette. So that's how much I know, which is none. My old dentist had to give me her Netflix password so I could watch Netflix. Anyway, I have a lot of weird trauma around dentists. And so... I do this joke about Trump speaking and how he whispers and is really calm first, and then he screams his trigger words, as opposed to Biden, who starts out yelling and confident and then whispers the most important part, and you're like, what the fuck did he just say? So I start doing crowd work as Trump, and you remember Trump used to, during his rallies, he would have pre-printed signs that was like Latinos for Trump, or women for Trump, or blacks for Trump, which I always thought was funny, especially because he didn't play into the identity thing so much. But I thought in that area, he's he's edging a lot closer. So I just start doing crowd work as Trump, and I fucking lost it, dude, because I'm just looking around this barbershop, and there's all sorts of people, I was like, so we've got so many people. Look, barbers for Trump. Barbers, right? Barbers love us, right? Because not only do they cut hair, but they cut through the bullshit, right? Frankly, they're cutting the bullshit, and they love us. And they go, oh, Donald Trump nobody in the hair cutting business likes Donald. But we have so many people. We have beauty salons for Trump. And look at this. Blonde women for Trump. Mothers. Right? Mothers for Trump, like Mike Pence's wife, mother, is a big fan. Mothers for Trump. And we have, Jewish people for Trump. Jews for Trump because they love me and they love what I've been doing in Israel. They're a big fan. And we have, look at this, non-binary people for Trump. Non-binary. We have gender fluids, right? Because they love me, the gender fluids, because they're so open to ideas. And I'm giving them great ideas. And we also have Dineys for Trump. This guy's probably Peter Dinklage, right? Smaller, but in Dineys for Trump. And we have people, nearsighted people for Trump. The nearsighted for Trump are here. And the farsighted, frankly. And we have the ambidextrous people for Trump. And they're all here. Everybody's here. And the claustrophobic for Trump, who, of course, were too afraid to come in. They're back in the parking lot, the claustrophobic for Trump, because there's so many people there. There's like 8 million people. And we even have the Pakistanis for Trump, right? Pakistanis for Trump, because they love me, frankly. They just love me. And we have the British butlers for Trump, excuse me. And the Latino maids, right? Latino maids for Trump. The cleaning people love me. And we have gobblers for Trump. Gobblers for Trump, excuse me. Roofers for Trump. And even people who roofie for Trump. God bless Bill Cosby. R.I.P., but he was a big fan, a closet fan. He did a lot in the closet, like support me and also drug and rape people. He did so much in the closet that like nobody knows about. The fake media won't tell you about that. But we also have TikTokers for Trump. TikTokers for Trump. And even Snapchatters. Snapchat people are still Snapchatting for Trump. Gingers for Trump. And I lost it. And I filmed it and my camera died and people were so funny because they're going, keep going. Come on. Like they were like really encouraging me. And I was like, I fucking can't do it. I can't. It's too much, dude. The way he talks is so funny to me. I can't handle it. And man, it was so fun. So fun to break down and just kind of break the facade of comedy a little bit, break the fourth wall really, and just go, hey dude, I'm just an artist up here trying my best, and artists are people too, and sometimes they just like fucking can't get through their Trump impressions. You know what I mean? Van Gogh suffered with this too, because he would be like painting a picture of Trump and he'd be like, I can't even fucking do this. And he'd be like, I need to go cut my fucking ear off because this is so funny. Because he was funny. Nobody talks about Van Gogh like in a truthful way, but I fucking majored in Van Gogh or whatever and minored in lesbian dance study or whatever, dude. Lesbian dance study for Trump because they love me. They're doing dances. They're doing dances for me. They're doing dances. Tyler's a little sleepy. He had a rough weekend because he had a beer on Friday night. And I broke my rule. I broke my rule of not drinking, not hanging out after shows. And I'm not going to shame myself, but it ain't for me, babe. It ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. I don't want to be the guy after the show, shutting the lights off in the comedy club, got my face in the beer, going, I didn't think I was funny. I had that new joke about race and they just weren't ready for it. It's too hard to talk about that as a white man. What the hell, man? They thought that black fellow was funny when he made fun of white people and called them crackers and they were applauding and everything. I'm going, but I just go up there just trying to talk about black people talking in movie theaters and they just say, they started hissing at me, saying I'll be racist and whatnot, and it's not fair. It's not fair. Barkeep, another round. So I had one beer with the tall guy, the 6'9"er, and I won't do it again, until I break the rule again. But the plan now is to set a timer. I got 20 minutes. You gotta treat this art thing it's too like childish and can feel like a hobby, but you gotta treat it like a job that it is. So that's why I'm wearing a suit now. And I'm gonna just go home after the shows and spoon my dog, baby. Spoon my dog. Coming this fall on Netflix. Spoon my dog. That'll be my show. I don't know. I've pitched so many TV shows. The one that'll get hit and picked up will be like just me spooning with the dog for an hour. Be like, I'm just healing my trauma and that's it. That'll be my Netflix special. Do whatever you think isn't funny and you'll get a Netflix special. Just me on stage, spooning a dog, crying for an hour, and people go, this is art, baby. This is art. Have you seen Startup yet? Have you seen Startup yet? The show that I did years ago in Puerto Rico. I gotta watch it. People keep telling me it's a great show. It was certainly fun to film. And just keep in mind when you're watching, it ain't in Miami. It was filmed in Puerto Rico. Only behind the scenes Tyler can tell you fun facts like that. So I checked in to see if I'm going to get paid for it, because this is what goes on in the industry. I'm the last one to know that I'm on a Netflix show. I've never been on a Netflix show before. I'm now on a top 5 trending Netflix show. Netflix doesn't hey, T-Bone, what's up, bro? Hey, so you're on Netflix now. No, you find out from Sally L from college. Or Brittany B from high school goes, I think you're on Startup. But I didn't have a beard, so I looked very different. I saw some clips. I think I'm not in it much, but that's fine, man. I'm not gonna downplay this. I was on the fucking show, and I booked it when I was in a deep depression and barely got the audition. In fact, I sent the audition late. I didn't get the role, and then they found my tape later and were like, because I was just like, I didn't give a shit anymore, and I hadn't booked a TV show in probably a year or two, and I was just kind of giving up on the whole thing, and I just was like, I'm gonna make the silliest fucking tape. It was dead of winter. The girl I thought I was gonna marry was off fucking some fucking England. You know the story. Have I told you? And I was just beaten down and just giving up on life. And I did this audition, and I sent it late. And I get an email months later. I think it was months later. Hey, they found your audition tape. It's like they found it like on a shelf, and like, what's this? Oh, Tyler Fischer auditions tape for Startup. And they just loved the audition. They go, we want to just write a role for this guy. So they go, we're just going to have him play the role of Tyler. We're going to fly him out to Puerto Rico, and he's going to improvise. And that'll be that. And he might be on many episodes. We don't know. I was like, this is the thing. It's not about booking the role. You book the audition. Best advice I've ever got, because it makes life a lot easier. You want to go in and book the audition. You just want to do something different so that you leave and they go, he wasn't right for that role because we're seeking a trans Latino one-armed man. Tyler's not quite fit for that role, but now we got to fucking deal with this guy. That's what the advice that I was given. Fuck. We got to deal with this guy now. Like, we got to write him a role or get him in another show. And that's when I've booked TV roles. I haven't booked many, but when I did, I went in and did something weird, silly, funny, crazy. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't know what they want until you show them. I never booked the role the first time. They brought me back, and they start to fight for you. And they come and they go, dude, we're trying to get you a role. So that happened with Younger, the TV show Younger, and I ended up booking a role. I auditioned for so many types of characters on that show. Fuck your typecast bullshit. Don't go down that road. If you're versatile, you can play anything. So I auditioned for like a drug dealer and a queer clerk and a fucking borderline personality bus driver, and then I end up booking this like kind of feminine YouTube star role where I hit on Hillary Duff. By the way, we also hit it off in real life a little bit. And did I regret not asking her out? You bet so. You betcha so. All right? I remember leaving because I'm like, I got to be professional and you can't mix work and this and that. And I'm going like, we were getting a little flirty. And she was really nice. And she introduced herself to me. I go, I'm not going to like fangirl out on Hill Duff, HD. So I just like, I'm going to walk by her. And then she goes, hey, excuse me. Hi, I'm Hillary. And I go, oh, hi, Hillary. Nice to meet you. Never heard of you. Never fucking heard of you. But my name's Tyler. And I'll be co-starring with you today. If you need me, I'll be in hair and makeup. And she's like, oh, this guy's a real alpha male. And then I go, give me your fucking coat, Hillary. She goes, no, but I need it for the scene. I go, give me your coat. And I ripped your fucking coat off. And I threw it in a tree. She goes, oh, this guy. This is a man. This is a man's world. So a lot of that's true. Not all of it's true. But we did hit it off. And then I remember going, I should have asked her out. I should have like invited her. I like started to, I go, do you like comedy? She's like, yeah. I was like, do you go to stand up? I was like, yeah. I was like, I do stand up. Thinking she's going to be like, please invite me to a show. No, I didn't have man balls back then. So I was like, okay, so well, I do stand up, and I like there's like sometimes an extra seat at a show or whatever. She's like, oh, okay. And I just saw like she was like, okay, enough of this guy. Then I saw her on the street a year or two later, and who was she with but a guy who looks like me, who maybe was like, I don't know, 8 inches taller, but looked like me. He was like slightly taller than me, and now they have kids together. And I go, that could have been me. And I walked behind them, and I was gonna be like, Hillary. Honestly, I didn't know if I should be like, dear, I should have been like, Hillary, look what you fucking missed out on, babe. Look at your dumb tall husband, all ducking under the scaffolding. Look at me, I'm fucking monkey boy over here. Start swinging from the scaffolding. Huh? I could be doing this dance on your fucking vagina area. V for vagina. That's an actual line from the show in Younger. I go, something. I haven't, what did I say? I was like, I made it up. I improvised all of it too, and they kept it in. I go, I haven't gotten that since I gotten all that V for vagina. And I did a V like that, and I went, and the director's like, cut. She goes, that's fucking hilarious. She goes, who is this guy? Because I don't give a shit. And I go, I'm going to improvise. I don't care. I got two lines. I'm making $1,000. You want to know how much you make to play a co-star role on TV? $1,000. Mind you, days and days of auditions, callbacks. It also takes like sometimes months, if not a year, to book something. So it ain't huge dough. So I go, I'm just going to fucking fuck around. And they brought me to the writer, and they said, can we possibly write this guy into the show? And I sat down with the writer, and he goes, okay, I'll see what I can do. So I almost, because I improvised and took some risks and was like, fuck the system, dude. Fuck your script, bro. I wiped my ass with your fucking script. I almost got a regular role. I didn't get it, but pretty cool, right? Whatever. I got a lot of free coffee. I always over coffee on set. When there's free coffee, endless flows of coffee, you better watch out. So I did that on Startup as well. No script. They go, you're going to go improvise with Adam Brody. Very nice guy, very handsome. That's what I think I look like. I think I look like Adam Brody. You know what I mean? And then I wake up, I'm going like, I think I probably look like Adam Brody. And then I look in the mirror and I go, oh, Peter Dinklage again. Fuck. All right. Try again tomorrow. Oh, man. Macaulay Culkin fucked Zach Galifianakis. And they had a baby, and that's me. Fuck. So I improvised on Startup, and they kept some of it because it was like, I didn't know if they were going to use lines or whatever. So I go, just do some weird shit. So Adam Brody walks up, and this is a job interview. And like, this is what I like to do is when we rehearse a scene, I'll do something, and then when we roll action, I'll do something totally different so that he's not ready, so the actor, and then you get a reaction out of them, and then something happens. So action, and I go up, and we had rehearsed me going up and shaking his hand, and I went and gave him a hug. I go, I'm gonna milk this scene. This might be the only scene I'm in this show. So I go up and give him a hug, and then he has to kind of react, and then I go, sorry, and then I give him the pound, and he goes in for the shake. And they kept that scene in the fucking show. That's all I saw, because my friend sent me a clip. So that's that, and I think maybe I'm in the episode later working, but I didn't know. I didn't know how many episodes I'd be in. I didn't know if they'd bring me back, but they flew me back to Puerto Rico twice to do the show. To me, that's why I do this shit, because I love getting to travel, and I got to explore Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Am I saying that right? Puerto Rico. I want to be like AOC and just talk normal, and then be like, Latino. It's a Latino party. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico.
We need the policies at the border. We need to save these Mexicanos. Because they're in cages.
That was my AOC impression. Safe to say, my best impression yet. I don't want to hear anything to the contrary in your comments. So I'll check out Startup, and and so I reached out to the old agent I worked with who ghosted me. Ain't uncommon. Booked 2 TV shows with her, and then I was gone. But whatevs. I reached out. Hey, how you doing? Hope you're well. Nonviolent communication, right? And said, I noticed the TV show I booked with you is on a little thing called Netflix. I never heard of it, but people from high school seem to think it's a pretty big deal. And so now we're trying to figure out, like, if I get paid for that. Because, hey, you'd think Netflix buying a show like that, number 5 trending in the fucking universe, they might throw you some coin. But I actually don't know. She couldn't find out. That's what the entertainment industry is like. So you got to have good people fighting for you. So I'll take it on myself and try to do some research. But either way, I don't know. Maybe I'll get $10 or $100. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I'll use the credit. Milk your shit, dude. Comes but once a fortnight. That's what they say. So that'll be my credit, top 5 trend show, Netflix, whatever it is, because you don't know when it's coming next. So yeah, I don't know. Have you guys seen it? Who's seen the show? Let me know. Do you like it? People seem to love it. I don't watch the shows I'm in because this is why. When you get the script, you're a character that's coming into a world. You're not really part of that world. Now, it might depend on the show. Curb Your Enthusiasm is sort of a world in and of its own, and the characters do seem to fit in the world. And I've seen the show, so if I auditioned for Curb, I think I would know the tone a little bit. But if it's a show like Startup, or I did Chicago Med, I don't think you want to figure out what world your characters live, or like what the world of the series is, because it can you can alter your tone. So I don't watch it because I go, all right, in Chicago Med, I played a drug. I played a drug addict horse jockey. Not complaining. That was quite literally, I believe my agent was done with me very quickly, and then she needed a short guy and called me. She was gone. She was off the fucking radar, and then out of the blue was like, hey, can you come in for this? And I was like, why is she reaching out? And they go, oh, it's a jockey. She don't have no shortos. She ain't got no short skis in her rosters. So look, she's got to fucking dust off old Tyler's resume. Oh, he's 3'9". Perfect. Too short to play a jockey, but hey, give him an apple box and he could play one on NBC. So I didn't watch the show because I'm like, I've never been to the hospital where Chicago Med takes place. I don't know anything about the doctor. So just learn my lines in the scene. And I didn't even read the rest of the episode because it's not relevant. You want to know what's going on in your scene, and then you create your world. So I create my world. Where are you coming from? You know what I mean? What did I do that morning? What's my relationship with the people in the hospital? Do I know them? Is the doctor my stepdad? Like, you can kind of create your own world to have something to work with and to have some tension. So I don't know nothing about Startup. God, I had a lot more to get to, but we're at 50 minutes, guys. We're at 50 minutes. And I tell you what, somebody not long ago who produces podcasts told me people stop listening after 45 minutes. That was her tip. And I take tips, I take constructive criticism, but my little gonna get back at the world Tyler was like, oh, people stop listening at 45 minutes? I'm going to do an hour. Maybe you noticed I started doing hour-long episodes. This was subconscious to me, too. Like, that's just a little part of my brain where when someone tells me not to do something, I just do it. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just how I was raised, you know? That's just how I was raised, to be a little fucking smartass. So, by her standard, you guys stopped listening to this 5 minutes ago, and whoever's left, I can only assume you're mentally ill, or you fucking croaked while listening to the podcast. I'll finish maybe on telling you this. Because things are back open, and it's so funny to me that it's a shit show. New York is a freaking shit show. I can't describe it. Maybe I'm gonna have to film it for you guys, but like, dude, people are just sloppy, drunk, loud, like, just, I hate to say, just trash people coming in from different parts of the surrounding areas in New York. I'm not going to specify, but they're coming from all over, and they're young, and they're just hammered and falling and puking and screaming at each other and catcalling, and I'm going, is this what we survived? This brutal fucking kill me now, lost my job, barely hanging on pandemic for this? Like, really? 3.5 years of evolution to just have everyone just collectively black out and shit and piss and puke on the subway and ruin everybody else's trip? But people want to romanticize it, and they go, well, it's going to be, I tell you, man, I think it's going to come back with, the city's coming back. The city that never sleeps. It'll be the city that never slept. When I'm done with it, it's going to be like the Roaring 20s. Tyler, it is going to be like the Roaring 20s, I tell you. Really? The Roaring 20s? I saw a guy do fentanyl on the tip of his dick while driving my Uber, okay? I saw a guy smash a bus into a deli while recording a podcast. It ain't like the Roaring 20s. What are you talking about? This is a shit show. Drugs, alcohol, crime. The Roaring 20s, people were just like already socially distanced, dancing from like 8 feet away, going, all right, I do the twist. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Take about a little hand. All right, look at this. We're swell. We're swinging in the Roaring 20s. Keep your distance now. I don't want to lay my hands on a gal. Look at us. It's the Roaring 20s. Well, we just got out of a very tough time. It's a new era. People are playing jazz at a reasonable volume. That's right. I think I'm just going to be quite the crazy kid today. You know what? I'm having 2 milkshakes tonight. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-doo. Let's sing in a quartet band. Ba-ba-da-ba-boo. Oh, she was a lady in town. It's the Roaring 20s. We're all gonna be in our beds by 10. And we sleep in separate beds because people used to do that in the Roaring 20s. Yeah. No, it ain't like that. The city's a fiery, rat, fucking drug-infested shithole. It ain't like that. On that note, I have to pee so bad. I have to pee so bad. And I would probably keep going. I'd probably hit the hour mark, but I'm going to pee my pants. So, because it's the Roaring 20s, people are pissing themselves live on the air. Guys, I love you. If you want to support the show and get extra stuff like a private Zoom comedy show, which I'll announce the date soon for June, where I do an hour show, bring some comics. It's so fun. It's private. Anything goes. You guys can chat, fucking heckle, whatever you want, dude. I got a guy bringing his own microphone. Amazing. So I'll announce that soon. And patreon.com/Tyler Talks if you want to support the show. Pay what you want. It's helping me, baby. I love you. For any amount you can pay. I appreciate you watching. Have a great week. Do something nice for yourselves. And let's enjoy and roar on. Bar, keep 2 milks, please, and whatever she's having.